What's poppin', guys? In today's video I will be redesigning Jack Harlow's merch, and I will take you guys along with me for this process. For the people that don't know already, Jack is a singer and I will create some merch, so some streetwear designs. Let me tell you the game plan for this project. It all started when I was watching the lyrics video for the song First Class, and I really liked the theme and sounds around the song, which wanted to recall glamour and a sort of rich environment with private jets and other stuff. Inside the lyric video, there were many elements which showed a sense of luxury with necklaces, rings, and cards. What I have in mind is to actually create the merch for the First Class song, and I will include all the elements that are present in the song. I will create a couple of t-shirt, pants, and socks designs and one head design. Let's get designing. As said before, we are going to start with the t-shirt design, but first of all, before defining the actual garment that we're creating, I think it's time to just create the elements that I will add on each design. Firstly, I decided to grab this private jet. I decided to get this exact photo. The first one because in the actual song it says I can put you in first class, and so first class on a plane, I think it's kinda obvious that he was referring to a private jet. The second thing, the second reason why I chose this exact image is because this private jet seems a little bit gold, and afterwards I will add some other effects to make it more gold. And I think then by adding the gold, it actually adds that luxurious vibe. Afterwards, I will get and do the same thing for the image of the watch found in the music video, and even the cards and the ring of his label. What I just finished doing is basically removing the background, and now I'm using different camera raw filters and filters inside Photoshop to make the actual plane more luxurious by increasing the temperature of the image, and so making it more yellow and more gold. Afterwards, I even just changed the brightness, the opacity, and everything regarding the camera raw filter part, just to make the design more bright and more gold. What I was doing here is that I was trying other options because I didn't have the idea that I just said before about making the private jet more gold, and so I was trying just to put it in a black and white type of texture, but then I didn't like it, so I just removed it completely and started again with the idea about making the plane more gold. Here I was adding a paper texture over the plane to make it a little bit more gold and to add a little bit of texture to the plane. Afterwards, I wasn't really satisfied of the final result, so I just added another effect which is called rough palette, which adds a little bit of brightness and blur to the image. It's more of a motion blur, which makes sense because the plane is actually moving in the sky, and so I think that it adds that real type of touch to the image, and I really like how it came out. Then I used the name of the song as a main subject and as a main topic, so I just put First Class with this college looking font, which I really like it. And I just started browsing some elements to add with the actual plane, which I found them inside the lyric video of Jack Harlow First Class song. I chose 3 different elements. The first one is this bicycle cards box, which I really like it, and I think it adds that kind of first class vibe. And by the way, if you're seeing that top part there with that kind of horrible design, it was just some example. I was just messing around with text, so I will delete it later, but for now I think we should focus more on the cards. So I went in the filter gallery and chose this halftone pattern here, which makes like the image with the small dots and then from there I added a gradient, a black and white gradient to make this effect here. What I'm trying to do is basically adding these elements here as a background element, and then focusing more attention and putting more attention towards the actual airplane, since the airplane will be in a gold color. Instead, these ones here will be black and white. It is done on purpose to just highlight the first class airplane rather than these elements here. I chose to put this element here, which is a ring, which showcases the logo of his like label. It's called Private Garden or something like that, and I think it's really special to Jack, so I decided to put it to make it more customizable and more personal to the actual singer. And I added the same filter for the bicycle cards, just to make this division between the airplane and these secondary elements here. Okay guys, so fast forward a bit, I decided to import the actual lyrics of the song, and unfortunately I forgot to record part of the final design. What I did here is basically added the airplane on the top part and just added a first class curved font, which I really liked it, and just added the Rolex with the same type of halftone pattern and color. And just now I'm just putting together all these elements here, and I will do the same thing even for the hats, for the other t-shirts, for the socks, and for the other stuff. What I'm thinking of doing now is basically put the airplane inside or just above these three elements here to create a really nice pattern and contrast between the plane and the elements, the black and white elements. Afterwards, I want to customize the actual airplane to make the graphic more related to the artist, and so I'm gonna add a Jack Harlow signature or Jack Harlow font, or just the name Jack Harlow with a cool font at the bottom of the plane. Initially I wanted to put up in the sky, since it was a phrase inside the song, but then I decided that maybe it's more likable if you write actually Jack Harlow with a really cool font. So what I did is that I deleted the actual phrase and added Jack Harlow with this font here, which is, by the way, the same of the lyrics put inside the t-shirt. And so yeah, now I'm just messing with the depth and with the view, and I'm just refining some details of the airplane. I'm just removing some imperfections just to make it more clear and easy to understand the text, since I'm putting the text over the airplane, and so I want a smooth belly of the airplane to just show clearly the name Jack Harlow. What I did afterwards is that I modified the opacity of the Jack Harlow text just to make it more real, and then added again the text that I was talking and that I was putting before, which I deleted it unfortunately. But here we have it again. It's really nice, and I think we're nearly done for this t-shirt design. Oh, I almost forgot, the things missing are even the clouds, which I'm just gonna get them randomly from Google. And then since they're too white and too black, and I want to just add more color, I will then add a blue overlay over the clouds just to make them more blue and more cloudish, since I think that they can be a little bit lost with the white t-shirt background and with the black and white elements, such as the ring, the rolly, and the bicycle cards. Okay, now that we finished the t-shirt design, I think we can continue with maybe the hat design. So for the head design, I think I will go with a basic design involving just the main elements, so the airplane with the first class curved initial font text. And what I really liked while designing this part here was to actually put the first and the class, so separating first class into two different words and putting the first on the background of the jet and the class above the jet, so it creates a sort of 3D level. Now we can move on to the pants. For the long pants, unfortunately, I forgot to actually record the screen, but this is the final outline for the pants. Regarding the shorts, I decided to follow a similar vibe to all the garments made till now. So on the right part of the pants, I will actually just add the 3 elements plus maybe the airplane, just as on the t-shirt, and maybe on the left part of the pants we can just maybe add a first class sign like the one of the t-shirt, plus the lyrics of the song. I'm not gonna show you the final results since I'll show you at the end of this video. Let's move on to the socks design. I just finished off camera another sock design, but I'm gonna keep it a secret for the end of this video, so please stick around till the end to see all the final results for this collection. So the main sock design I want to focus now is basically I just want to add these 3 elements here plus the actual jet. So I was thinking firstly of just adding the bicycle cards, like put them like that, plus adding near them some elements, but as you can see it's not that good. So after all I decided to change it and add maybe a jet. I'm just saying, just spitting out some ideas. Maybe add a jet in the middle of the bicycle cards or something related like that, just to add all the elements together and create a sort of summary of all this collection in one pair of socks. This is the idea that I'm going now, but maybe I will change it later. I'm not gonna show you the final result, but for now I think it's time to create the final design, which involves the t-shirt. This will be a more simple and minimalistic design. I will add just the design that I put on the hat, just put it really simply on the t-shirt and add maybe some clouds around the t-shirt, just to make it more unique rather than just copying and pasting the same design from the hat to the t-shirt. Okay, so now that we finished, here's the final result. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Instagram, link in the description. Bye bye.